Hey everybody, I know this is very different. I'm recording actually in my office again, and I decided to do this recording um, for the reason I didn't feel like driving around, and Lucas is asleep, so I said let me do it at my house for once. But it's still, this is still transparency agenda, so today we're going to talk about, wait for it, D&D 5e and the possible OGL. Okay, I'm going to say some things, of course, that are going to be controversial, so don't be surprised if I offend you, if I talk about you incorrectly, or if something else happens, or I curse. It's probably going to happen. So just get used to it and move on. So we've got this announcement, which I'm calling a non-announcement, that they're going to be doing an OGL for D&D 5 Edition. And as a third-party publisher, I think this is interesting. Um, if you don't know what the OGL is, you can look it up online. I'm not going to go into all of that. We're beyond that right now. We're talking, this is business, so I don't have to explain it to anyone, at least in the field. So with this announcement, a lot of people are looking like, oh great, I get to make products for D&D again. Oh great, I get to make products for D&D again. And the first thing I thought about, the first thing when I heard they were going to be doing this and it's actually going to happen, and they think, thinking past the initial shock and all that, the first thought that came to my mind is, well, I wonder how long it's going to take for a glut to happen. Because let's just be blunt. Last time we did this OGL thing in the 3.0 and 3.5, the glut happened incredibly fast because everybody and their mother was doing product, and which I'm guessing this will have the same effect. There'll be, you know, there'll be tons of people doing stuff. There'll probably be like 30 companies that will be announcing they're going to be supporting it. There'll be names you haven't heard in a long time. There'll be all new people. There'll be all kinds of stuff. There'll be all kinds of Kickstarters, and there'll be all kinds of this stuff. I think you will see a huge tidal wave of people running to support 5e. And I'm like, hey, that's good. If you want to do that, that's great. That's good business. It's going to be popular. It's going to sell. It's definitely going to be a big thing. And a lot of people are going to make some money on it. I mean, this is, we're talking business here. This is a business blog right now. We're talking pure business. There is money to be made, and far be it for me to tell you don't make money. I will never say that. Go get your money. Go get paid. This is how we keep ourselves in business. Now, with all that said, I won't be running to that gold mine of 5e. The reason being is kind of really simple, and I don't think a lot of people are thinking it over. The people who are like, oh, I'm going to support it, I'm going to stuff for it, I'm going to do it. Hey, knock yourselves out. Knock yourselves out. Like I said, I noticed right off the bat the biggest problem is going to be there's going to be glut. There's going to be a massive glut on this. I think the glut is going to be crazier and faster than the first glut happened with 3.0 and 3.5. I think, and this is only if the OGL is like the current OGL where anybody can do it. There's no poison pill like the GSL or anything like that. It's just a pure open license, just like the OGL is, and that kind of good. Everybody and their mother will be doing stuff for it. I have to. You're gonna have to. It's everybody will. Everybody would convert an old stuff, get new stuff. There'll be stuff. There's so much stuff. It's gonna be so much stuff because the potential for money is way too high to pass up. Now, as I said, with that all that going on and all that craziness, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna watch and sit back. I'm gonna see who's announcing what and who's doing what product and who's doing what and who's doing this and who's jumping ship to do this and do that. And while all this is going on, these people are going to be working hard. These new products, they're going to talk about them. They're working hard. I'm going to see the list of people who's doing it, and I'm going to go through that list, and I'm going to see that list and how many people on that list are Pathfinder publishers. That's right, guys who publish stuff with Pathfinder, guys who are well-known Pathfinder guys. And when they're developing this whole list and developing this stuff and developing this new product for 5e, I'm going to look over that list of people. I'm going to look over the products they made, and I'm going to look in a way that I can put myself into that position where their products are. Why would I do something like that? Lewis, that's not cool. I mean, these guys are making products and they're just doing some new stuff. Hey, this is called business. It's not called kindergarten. It's not called let's be friends. It's called business. These people are going to go make other people happy, and in some cases, not all, but some cases, they're going to forget about the customers that they've already done, and it can happen, and it has happened before. This is nothing new. People jump ship to go with the new thing. They forget about the people who got them there, or the people that were there who still love their products, who are still buying from them. They just naturally assume, like a lot of people, oh, I'll go do this thing for a little bit, and I'll come back, and they'll be there waiting for me. Well, now these days, that's not going to happen because the I'd say the quality of publishers has increased dramatically. It's increased dramatically. I think there's more qualified publishers. I mean, third-party guys I'm talking about. Third-party guys and smaller publishers who are doing great stuff. So when this 5e thing opens up and everybody rushes to it, it's going to cause a vacuum over here. And I'm talking specifically for Pathfinder. I know for Pathfinder. I'm talking about that. I know where there might be 20 companies doing Pathfinder, there might be, 10 doing Pathfinder, like as a main thing, because of what's happening. A lot of people say, "Oh, I can do both. I can do both." It's not going to affect. It is going to affect. It always affects. It always affects. That's like saying, "Well, I can have a girlfriend and a wife and there'll be no problems." If you think that, apparently you've never been married or had a girlfriend on the side, because that doesn't work out that way. In your head it does. You're like, "I'm living the life. It's the best thing ever," and it falls apart miserably. Why? Because you can't split your loyalties and love between two things, and it's kind of difficult to do. I mean, you can juggle it for so long, but eventually, one thing is gonna get more attention than the other. That's just the way of things. That's just the way we do things. That's it. That's simply put. And while that's going on, you're trying to juggle both balls, trying to keep them in the air. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna see your customers. I'm gonna go online with them and say, hey, we know you're a big fan of this thing. We have another product coming up that's similar to this, and I think you might like this. Now, this happens in business a lot. And I think a lot of people don't even forget or just don't even think about it. There are competitors in the market who are looking to grab market share. And one of the easiest ways to grab market share, I mean easy, is let the individual who has that market share leave the market and do something else, or forget, or don't put product out. Because that's the if they don't put product out, if you don't put product out, people won't buy. New stuff sells old stuff. That's the adage in the industry. The more new stuff you put out, the more old stuff sells. It's just how it works. If you start focusing on something else, you're still going to sell your old stuff, but it'll get smaller and smaller and smaller because there's no new stuff to get people interested. If somebody else says, hey, let me take care of those needs you have, they're going to get that money. They might get new customers. They might realize the scariest of the thing. Oh my God, this other guy does the exact same things the guy I like does, but does it for half the price. Or the quality's twice as good. Or things like that that they didn't know about. And now you've turned them from being that guy's customer to your customer. And as always, no one's really a customer forever, but in this context we're talking, you've turned someone who could spend X amount of dollars with guy A and is now spending with guy B. And if I'm guy B, I'm very thankful because I've got myself a new customer, a new revenue stream, which means more money, which means more products, which means helping more people. So, for all the people doing, jumping on the bandwagon, they saw the OGL, just think about it for a second, man. I'm not saying don't do it. If you want to do it, do it. I don't want you to stop doing that. I mean, I really don't want you to stop doing that. I want you to go over there and forget about your customers, and I'll take care of them. I'll take care of them. I'll treat them like I treated my wife. Fantastic. I'll romance them. I'll make them feel good. I'll make them feel like, oh my God, he's the best company in the world, because that's what you're supposed to do. And that's what a smart business guy would do. And that's what you'd want your customers to feel. I want people who buy my product to think, hey, I can get on the phone and call Lewis right now, and he'll pick up and be like, yeah, let's do this. Oh, you want that? Okay, hold on, give me a second. Send it to you. I just literally, I can't tell you exactly what it is because it's been done, but I just made a deal with someone that took literally less than, let me actually look it up. I'll actually give you the time code so you can kind of figure out how long this whole deal took place. And it's a pretty cool deal. Alright, the person I was talking to is a well-known writer. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but he's a well-known writer, and I've wanted to work for him for a while, but I couldn't get anything together. Alright, let's see. 46 minutes ago is when I wrote him for the first email about what I was looking to do. Can I get a time on this? Any time? A time? Oh, okay, let me go back. So, I started this. Really? He doesn't mind? Doesn't give me time? Really? Okay. I guess I'll not to say. The first email went out at 4 o'clock, because that seems about reasonable. Right now, it's 4:37. Alright? In the course of 15 minutes, we and this person settled the deal. We figured out what we were going to do. We were going to set everything together. I sent him the books that he needed to read to know what we're talking about. I also ordered him the print copies of the books, which was mailed to him at his home. In less than 15 minutes, we got a deal together. We basically, gentleman's agreement, shook hands, and he's going to be doing something for me in the very, very near future. And this person, I've wanted to work for a long time. I thought he would fit very well in the project that I have him for. And I think even when I pitched it to him, he loved it. He loved the idea. He loved the concept. Done. We have the thing done in less than 15 minutes. That whole process is going to be A, cool for him, and B, very, very cool for me. The reason being, well, I can't tell you. Yeah, I can't tell you. Can't tell you. But I will say this. The quality of this person's work is well known. People will see this work. People will see this work with me and say, oh, this is very interesting. And other people will see. Other people in the industry will say, oh, they've never worked together. That's another little thing. They've never worked together. I think it might be an interesting match, which I have always thought it was. And people have told me that, I should talk to this individual because they thought that we would really match it very well. So that's where we are. We've got a cool item put together in less than 20 minutes. That's going to be financially good for both of us. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is a business deal. He's getting money. I'm getting money. What's that? I should have said that. They are getting money. So it's a good business deal. It's a good smart deal for me. I think it's just smart. It's just smart, and I can't wait to see what he does because I think this person really going to knock it out of the ballpark. Like I said, these are the things you got to think about in business. I mean, yeah, I'm providing content to people that they can use in their game, they can find useful. And that's always what I want to do. I want to provide the best stuff possible for them. So when they get it, they're like, wow, man, this is worth what I paid for it. And sometimes it's given away for free. And even then, when it's given away for free, people still buy it because they want to support, because they know you gave away some great content. I want to support you in the stuff you do. That's basically it. That's a focus that a lot of people don't do. A lot of people, charge for things. They want to charge you to death. Give away quality content. People will support you. I'll tell you a great example of that right now. I'm gonna turn to it right now. Kickstarter. And since this is going on, let me see. I'm gonna go look at wait for it, the Reading Rainbow Kickstarter. Now, this is the last day of May. It is 3 days. Three days into this. LeVar Burton asked for $1 billion. He's 3 days in. He's already at 3.1 million, and it's only kicking higher. Let me see if we can push refresh. It's only getting higher every day. The estimate now it's trending for 20 something million, like 27 million. I personally think they'll get to like maybe 15, 18 million. That's what they're going to clock out. But still, he asked for $1 million. He gave quality for years, and a lot of people watched that show. I did not watch that show. I apparently was too old. I mean, it came on when I was 13, and by that time I was all about Robotech. So, But my wife, when she was live, talked about it. Friends of ours, younger friends of ours, talked about it. So like I said, I donated $5. I didn't watch it, but I know what it was, and I know LeVar Burton's a good guy. So I said, hey, once again, he gave value from his content, and out of that, he got himself, so far $3 million for a Kickstarter for $1 million he asked for. And I think a lot of publishers don't do that. And I'm not saying let me give you the name. I'll give you names of people who do it and names of people who don't. Who always gives? Well, the newest guy giving a lot of free content. If you don't know, Clinton Boomer has a series. If you're on his Facebook page, he pops up all the time when he does this, and it's for his blog. And Clinton has put together all these cool feats. And I'm like, holy cow, these feats are amazing, and they really are really good. And I'm like, hey, Clint, man, you got to sell some of those feats. Those things are, fantastic. It's like, maybe I'll do something with them, maybe. And that's like very nonchalant. Maybe I'll do something. But I'm like, these feats are too good. You should be selling these feats. These feats are amazing. And they were amazing. When Owen Casey Stevens was doing the micro feed, that was great content he was giving. I'm like, what are you doing? You need to be selling some of that. But once again, building the content, getting the good content out to people, them looking at it, loving it, boom, becoming fans. And that's really what you need to do. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of companies don't do that. I don't do that enough. I don't do that enough. I've given away tons of free stuff. You can go on RPG Now onto my specific page, and we give away tons of stuff that you can use. We give away stock art for free. There's a which one is it? How many pieces? I think it's 3 pieces of free stock art we give away. No questions asked. Just take it, download it, use it. And I've seen people use it, and I'm like, great, go using it. That's what I want. And giving away stuff like that is a good thing because people appreciate that. And usually, if you do it often enough, you do it well enough, you give them good content, they're going to come around and support you. And that's really the focus you should be focusing on. The focus you should be focusing on. I think I said focus too many times in that one. All right. It's been 16 minutes. All right. Well, I'm going to finish this up. Then I'm going to push this through and I'm going to let you guys see it. And while I'm doing all that, I'm probably going to get something to eat because I'm starving. I'm quite thirsty. And Lucas is still sleeping in bed. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're also working at your computer, like I am, I'm working at my computer here, and my wife's computer over here. I'm going to be taking it down. I'm buying a new machine very soon. Because my machine is 6 years old, so I need a new computer. Need badly. When you're working, you should have like creative stuff within arm's reach. Case in point. I got tons of, around my desk, there's comic books, there's pens, there's all kinds of stuff. Like, don't like that. So, do it like this. A bunch of old books. These aren't new books. It's just, like, some of these books are horrible, Lewis. Why would you have them around? Sometimes they're for visual inspiration. Sometimes they're just inspiration. Oh, let's send another one. Oh, let's go to this pile. Handbooks are always good to have. Just have stuff to get inspired. I really like this. It's a good series. I enjoyed this. One of my favorite artists, Paul Pelletier. I always liked them. Good artist. More handbooks. There's tons of stuff like this you should have lying around. Some people have their book. I always use comics. Comic books I always say is an easy translation, but they do art and words, and the previews, of course. And of course, company access. Jeez. Trade paperbacks. What are the rare things I got? My infamous notepad. Jeez, just. Ugh. Magazines. Black Enterprise. That's right, I read Black Enterprise. Fast Company. Love Fast Company. Little Rip. It's Little Rip. Black Enterprise. Black Enterprise. Wired. Ink. Ink is like my jewel. I love reading ink. It's always amazing. Always good stuff you can get out of ink. You can use it for our business. I've done that many times. Good stuff. For our work week, great book. Lots of great ideas. Use a couple of good ideas to steal, to use. A book that I use all the time. You should get a copy of it. If you don't have a copy, get a copy. It's worth every cent. You want to name characters? You want to get names for stuff? This is the book. This is the book. Get this book. Go right now to Amazon and get this book. Don't think about it. Don't talk about the price. Just buy it. Once you buy it, people who haven't know what I'm talking about, but once you buy it, worth every cent. So, like I said, I always keep cool. Oh, and just in case you didn't think I was just slacking, I still got to go through these. I haven't really gone through these yet. I got all kinds of stuff around me. There were more comics. Look, more comics. Yeah. Warren Ellis. Anything by Warren Ellis you should read automatically. Automatically, shouldn't even be questioned. X-Men, love the artwork in this. Nova, love the artwork in this. X-Men, love the artwork in this. Original Sin, want to see if the story's any good. Avengers, Hickman's Avengers are crazy. I don't know why I keep reading them. I don't know why, but I do. Know the artist. Bendis can't stand, but the artist in this is one of my favorites. Another one. Mark Waid, another great artist. Ivan Reis, great artist. Love looking at stuff. Good inspiration. So, this is all stuff that's around me that I grab for inspiration at arm's length. Say that. Arm's length. You see this? The referral engine. Check it out. You should read this. Good book. But like I said, this stuff is all within arm's reach. Paycheck. So, it's going to help you be creative. And like I said, help you provide content that people can find useful. And, now this 5e OGL, there's going to be people going to be looking for content on the 5e side and the Pathfinder side. All I'm saying is, see an opportunity to make some extra money, gain some fans, exploit it. Exploit it, because this is a business, and you're going against quality guys. I mean, my list of quality guys that they're friends. It's just like Kendrick Lamar said, hey, I like these guys, but they're friends of mine, but I'm trying to be number one. I'm the same way. I'm trying to be number one. Legendary Games. Jason's a great guy. Doing great stuff. Is he a competitor? Yeah, he's a competitor. Is he in my market? Yeah, he's in my market. Do I have to make quality products for him? Yeah. Does that mean I don't like him? Of course not. He's a great guy. He's incredibly friendly. He's been very, very nice to me every time I've met him. He's very hospitable. I don't dislike him. But we're in competition in a good way. He does something cool. Hey, maybe I could do something for him. And vice versa. Owen Casey Stevens. Owen's worked for me. Owen's got a company. Owen works for 3 companies. I mean, good lord, Owen. Save a little work for somebody else. I mean, good lord. You got Greg Bonine, you got Paizo, you got Rogue Genius. There are kids in Africa who are dying for some freelance work, okay? Dying. How about tossing them a bone once in a while? That's all I'm saying, Owen. You don't have to do everything, okay? Really. Jeez. And then you got Wolfgang Barr. Come on. Wolfgang, do you have to be so good? I mean, he's raising the bar. Every little chance he's raising the bar just a little bit more. I mean, and I'm like, okay. But nose to the grindstone, let's get to it. Let's go. You got Steve Wright over there, Mr. I'm going to give away Pathways free every month. Really? I'm going to give away this much free content? Free content, once again, give away for free? Really, Steve? Really? 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 And then Crichton over there with Raising Swan has the audacity not to even have anything on his cover, just a black cover with some white type, and do great work. Really? Another guy, it's like, so good. There's so many good guys doing stuff now. There's so much good quality stuff coming out. This is like the best time to be involved in the industry right now. The technology is everywhere. You got Adobe giving you, and I'm not going to go on another tirade. Adobe giving you everything you can ever imagine as a graphic designer for $50 a month. And if you're complaining about that, I'm going to punch you in your face. Why? Because it's $50 a month and you freaking make money off that. That's just ridiculous. The person I was talking about before just wrote me. I'm going to have to handle this. But like I said, don't think I'm going on a divergent tangent. I mean, you gotta hustle. Gotta hustle. You gotta hustle. It's a good time. because it's crazy. Crazy. Alright, I've got to run and handle this because this is an issue that I've been on for 25 minutes, and I know you don't get that much when I'm driving, so we're not doing all that. Let me get out of here. Once again, all you 5E guys, remember, step your game up, because I'm stepping my game up. I'm going to enjoy taking your customers and servicing them and treating them like the best lover ever. So, and people say, what does that mean? You want to be the best lover ever, and this also works for business and everything else? Here it is. Wait for it. This is the great... Get a pen. Get a pen. Write what I'm saying down. This is going to be gold. Gold. This is how you become the best lover in the world. And also the best marketing person in the world. The best business person. So it works in several different ones. But we'll just say best lover in the world. Here it is. Here's the secret. Ask the person what they want. Then you do what they want. Then you ask them how they enjoyed it. If they say yes, they enjoyed it, you do it again. If they tell you no, I didn't enjoy it, you go back and ask them, well, what would you like? And then repeat. This ain't rocket science. This ain't rocket science. I'm not cloning mutants and I'm not doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But really, that's it. That plan works in so many different places. Ask them what they want and then give them what they want. It's not that difficult. Really, it's not that difficult. I think I'm going to give this one a crazy name like, Lessons of Love by LPJ. I think that get people interested and want to see what's going on there. Alright, I'm out of here. Talk to you later.